Okay. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. Welcome to our stream or our video, depending on how you will watch this later. MrMTrades here, Gibson speaking right now. We have sort of a new form of our streaming videos and streams that we want to share with you. Something with the information about the markets, about how we did this day, or how the markets are doing. And I will give you my voice to Mr. M. Hello, and how are you?
I'm great, Gibson. I'm doing great. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. Finally getting a little bit more interactive with our approach. As always, try to push some knowledge and a bit of more insights into what we do on a daily basis and how we support our members. Um, Yeah, so like you mentioned, today we are going to look at a few things. Um, I know that people are growing impatient to finally see the bottom.
That's true.
Yeah, we've been in a steady decline from that high in November. And then we sort of attempted to test that high back in December, and we've been sort of declining ever since, with with a 30% decline on Qs, with that one rally that we had over here. That was kind of like a relief rally, but you can see we're kind of pushing down, continue as well. So yeah, so let's sort of take a look at the SPY on a bigger time frame. We are still in a bear market, right? The trend is pretty clear. We we can see that we had a follow through day here on the 17th of May. We had some expectations or hopes that, we may want to go higher and, have that sort of relief rally, but that didn't happen. And, we had a big red day following that. And a lot of chop currently in the market. And the trend continues. I think we've posted our spotlight for the week, and as we did some analysis, we don't think the bottom is in just yet.
Any idea where is it going to happen? Can we actually predict something like that?
No, we don't have a magic ball, but we can sort of we can look at the market sentiment, right? And currently, the cash, the free cash that is currently available is at all-time high, right? So the sentiment is bearish across the board, and what we can take from that is, when everyone is extremely bearish, that's actually a bullish sign. And the similar, the opposite is also true. When everyone, is bullish, then that's a bearish sign, right? Because everyone, sort of like we were having this rally, yeah, everyone was, throwing money at stocks, because whatever you bought, everything went up. People even borrowed money to get into stocks, right? And similarly now, the sort of the people are cash rich, right? So no one is buying. And I think when you judge the rate of the decline based on the market conditions, which is the inflation and the rate hikes and, talks of the recession, we really, I think Deutsche Bank did a research where essentially what they're saying is that the current price level and the decline that is longer than usual correction, right? Usual correction lasts about 3 months. This one is already 5. Is pricing in potential recession.
Hmm. But despite the fact that the decline is so big right now, they are yet not talking about the recession. Not yet. So
No.
what's with that?
Well, I think what Fed is going to do, they're going to continue to increase interest rates.
Yeah.
And and I think that there is a level of expectation that that's going to happen, right? So we go through cycles of, oh, there's an uncertainty, will Fed raise rates by 25 points or 50 or whatever, right? And I think at this point we're pretty much pricing this in. So we expect the raise to rise, which in turn is going to affect growth sector. And we've seen the massive declines in that space, and people move to more defensive positions like gold and commodities, and and stocks that the 2 years ago you wouldn't even think of trading,
Yeah,
right?
of
Because it
course.
was old growth.
Of course. Well, on that side, I just wanted to say that tomorrow we have some important events as it comes to Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, and tomorrow in the evening they are meeting and they will be discussing the rates that you are talking about. So I would pay attention to the markets, especially around 8 o'clock GMT. um that's going to be important, so that can make some moves on the market. So please once again use your stop losses, especially around that times tomorrow around 8 o'clock.
Absolutely, and we've been very rigorous when it comes to the risk management with our trade and with our approach. We moved um, cautiously at the beginning of the year to majority of the cash positions, and you know and 1% rule across the board for all of our positions. If you don't know what the 1% rule is, visit one of our social media channels to watch that video. It's a must. Um, but with that being said, is there a hope here?
Well,
And
did we see any hope on Monday and Tuesday? So yesterday and today, I can see that Spy has been recovered after this long week, just a little bit, and now it's seems like it's printing some green candles. So can we see any light at the end of the tunnel?
um, possibly. I still like to see the follow through day. Um, happening, right? At the moment, we are still rejecting that trend line over here. We had a pop over here, but quickly sort of moved to the
Yeah.
downside. Um, and and the follow through days are really important, right? Because that's really where the um, big money is coming into the market,
Hmm.
right?
And for,
And
for our listeners who don't know what is the follow through day, can you explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. So what you want to see after sort of steady decline, and I'm going to use this example over here, where we had a continuous sort of downtrend, right? And a trend line resistance. Um, you want to see sort of move on a volume day above, which indicates institutional commitment, right? You want to see that sort of um, for several days, right? I
Hmm.
always say
Hmm.
3 days, and the fourth day is a follow-through day, right? And that's really where you want to start sort of allocating some of your funds into your positions. And that was also a significant event at this point, right? Because it also moved. above this key pivot level here on the follow through day, which is pretty nice event. And then we sort of had another steady sort of increase of 5% on SPY, right?
Hmm.
So that's what you want to see, right? And that's why, as I previously mentioned, that it was pretty good sign over here where we thought we will get a reversal and a follow through day because we were following through, but then next day just took the 3 previous days out, and we
So,
even sort of undercut that low over here.
so in the example that you are showing, we should see the candle breaking out of this trend line and closing, at least closing above the trend line, and that would be the completion of our follow through day, wouldn't it?
That is correct.
Hmm.
We want to see on a daily, um, the next day making new highs above the previous day, right? And we want to see that on a fourth day to hopefully have some decent volume,
Yeah.
and following through the price action.
And then if we have another confluence like breaking out of some important structure, that will be another indicator of the markets starting to recover a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the moment, we're just watching, as you can see from the price action here, we are still ranging. That's why we can feel that volatility in the market, and a pretty much, sideways chop. We may open high or gap up in the morning, to then decline for the rest of the day, and then just to end on the um, end on where we started. So.
All right.
It can be frustrating, but markets will do what markets going to do. We just gotta um, find opportunities, whether they're long or short, or sometimes it's even best to stay out of the market.
Yeah.
Remember that you don't have to take the trade.
Yeah, so just for the traders to remind, just pay attention and use caution when trading, especially in this kind of difficult market that we are in right now. And well, I had some questions from our members, and I wanted to ask you myself, kind of technical tip on that note. How do I know my trend line is good? So how do I draw a trend line that I know is good, and then that I know, uh, I should watch out for it if the price goes up or below it. What's the best way to draw a trend line?
Well, so it depends. I think there are two schools of thought, right? On how to approach this. I think on a higher time frame, you've got a more wiggle room in terms of how you want to approach it. But essentially, sort of you take the high, um, and then you essentially you need to I like to have at least 3 points of connection within candles, right? So
Okay.
if we go in from the top over here and then we have a rejection, that's a 1 point. Then it's try it again and reject it, that's another point. And try it again, that's the third point. And sort of over here we've got a pretty extensive time frame, so I'm just going to go over here and sort of draw it like that. I think this one is more prominent because we've got a sort of more smooth approach over here, which I would do something. I would do something like that, right? So you can do either, like, the first school of thought is go at the top of the wick, right,
Right.
and and always stay with with the top of the wick, right? That's how you sort of get consistent. And then, for example, the other school of thought is sort of on a smaller time frames when you want to go, um, like this one is on 5 minutes. Then you can kind of do the same, and you can do stay consistent. You can do something like this, right, at the top of the wick, or if just from the go to the sort of body of the candle, right? So
Okay.
you can cut through the wick as well.
And so, just as a reminder, this can be a little bit fluid as it comes to breaking it, the price breaking it, because it can be broken at any point. But we can mainly see if it's respected or not by how we decide to draw the line. So it depends. So it solely depends on whoever is putting the train line on the price. So once you stay consistent with it, do do whatever you think it fits you as a trader, with the as it comes to the trend line, at least. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole idea of drawing in trend line is to determine that trend, right?
Hmm.
No one says that you're going to get it perfectly right, but you can. It's supposed to give you an idea, like you can see over here, right? There's something is happening, right? And it's sort of creating a pattern, or that it repeats, right? Which is it tried to go through that level, it's sort of it rejected again and again and again, and you want to sort of draw that line because that then creates creates a picture like of what's going to happen. Like in this case, it was a falling wedge, right?
Hmm.
And what we know with the market is the patterns repeat over and over again, right?
Of course.
Price contracts and expands, and that's really sort of the patterns that you want to look for in the price action to kind of guide you and help you make the best decisions, right? When you're trying to start or get out of the position.
All right. Thank you for that. Another question. How did we do today, or how did we do yesterday, as it comes to our trades, our watch lists? How's it going?
Yeah, I think today we didn't overtrade. I would say we kept it easy. As usual, we sent our daily watch list for momentum and swing trades to our members. We usually send these half an hour before the market open, as we've determined, sort of the key levels where we feel that the trade might be viable. And today we had a few candidates, ZVO, ZVO. Um, I think this one did not trigger at all. It was just a steady decline. Yep, pretty much. I think we were looking at our entry right over here
Hmm.
at the break of the high, but we didn't get a confirmation. So nothing happened there. The next one we had a GFI that triggered at the break of the key pivot level of um, I think it was 77, right? Yeah. Sorry, let me remove those drawings here. So the key pivot level was, yeah, 77. So that was the pre-market pivot that we wanted to see being taken out, and that triggered our entry, and essentially gave us a nice run here of 15%. Uh, so that was a pretty nice trade. And the last one on our momentum list was BIMI, but again, nothing happened there. There was no confirmation, therefore no entry was triggered. But we did get a surprise sort of today. GovX had another good day after sort of decline after hours, but we've alerted GovX yesterday of 228 break, which was right over here, the break of that high, and we get a nice sort of nice trade over here that provided our members with around 25% gains. So yeah, so these were the highlights of the few plays that we did, and we pretty much do this every single day. We find these runners even in the bear market, and um, we provide technical analysis and breakdowns and showing our members exactly what we're looking at, why we why we look at it, and you know how to sort of take the most out from the opportunities that present themselves.
Hmm. And today, yesterday, do you have any special trade of the day that you like? That you liked, the that you liked the entry, and you like the gains that we got from it.
I I think it's um uh, no, I can't answer that question. I don't know.
Because I was looking yesterday. I was looking at exactly the one that you are looking at right now. I think the GOVX, and I think yesterday it went pretty good, especially with the alert that we've sent out. And today it went down for the just before the market opened, and then it jumped up back again um, for a good trade.
Yeah, and it's turning out to be if you go into sort of bigger time frame, it's proving to be a pretty decent sort of a swing trade opportunity,
Hmm.
right? Because you can see on the higher time frame, it created this falling wedge, and it broke out, on the first day on a nice above average volume, right? Broke out from that wedge, and then just continued making sort of higher highs on a daily, and today is done it the same. So the I'm not really liking how it's finishing here today,
Okay.
right? Because we've got a bearish hammer here, but still, I think the probability is there that we can sort of make a new high today and just continue that, right? And that would have been a really great sort of swing entry initially, and we would be there, um, still in that position. Um, but we with the VIX being in 30s, we really sort of carefully approaching swing trades currently. We want to have less volatility and a little bit more certainty. Probably VIX in mid to low 20s,
Hmm.
so we can stay in them slightly longer. And currently, the current market situation is just not ideal for us to do that.
Okay. So we are just paying attention and then staying cautious. Yeah.
And patient,
And patient,
absolutely.
of course. Of course, patience is the key. All right. I think that's all for today. I think next time it will be beneficial for our members to ask the questions that they want to have answered by you or by me, and we will see how it goes on the next stream. Well, I'm calling this a stream, but this is sort of test recording, and we will see how it goes. And before we will figure out the technical possibilities of the streams, we will do it in a video format. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you for watching the video. If you have any comments, please leave them below. We'll post that on our channel, and we'll post that on our groups. And yeah, thank you very much once again for joining, and have a great trading week. See you soon.
Take care.